Hello everyone, Nev here, and welcome to my birthday haul. So this is going to be a birthday haul video. Here we are. So I don't know if this is making any noise at all, but I do have the heater on in here. It's at that point now in the year. If we're like a week into October, and it's starting to get a little cold. So I'm actually wearing a sweater right now. I just pulled the sleeves up, but it's my Sailor Moon sweater. But yeah, so I've had the space heater running in here for a couple hours just to make it bearable in here. All right, so this will be a little bit of a shorter video. I don't think I'm going to be spending too much time talking about each of the items I got, but yeah, so October, it's the best month of the year. It starts off with my birthday and ends with Halloween. So I think October is the bee's knees. So October 1st, my birthday, I've said it a million times, and yeah, I feel like people probably get a little tired of hearing that my birthday's October 1st, because I get really excited about my birthday. And I think that might be like unusual to a lot of people. But I think a lot of it has to do with, so I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. So, we didn't really have birthdays. We didn't really do that. I did have a couple birthday celebrations, and I wasn't born into the Jehovah's Witnesses. I was a child when my parents converted. I was actually baptized Catholic, but but anyway, yeah. So I had birthdays and things like that from, when I was really, really young. But then when I was about 8, is when our family converted to Jehovah's Witness. And so, yeah, and I'm not going to talk about that too much, but, we didn't really have birthday celebrations growing up. And so I guess as an adult, I've just really latched on to my birthday. And I love celebrating my birthday and other people's birthdays. And I love gift giving holidays. I love giving and receiving gifts. The gift giving is one, I feel like it's most people's like lowest love language, if you ascribe to the love language deal. But I feel like most people say, oh, gift giving is their last one, and I feel like it's partially like a societal thing, that we're not supposed to admit that we enjoy receiving gifts. But like I make no qualms about that. Like I love to receive gifts, and I love to give gifts too. So yeah. So here we are at my birthday haul here. I've got some witchy things. I've got some not witchy things. So yeah. So I think let's start it off with something really not witchy, and just a cute little pajama thing that I got from my dad and my stepmom. And it says, it's been a long day, and it's a long pajama gown thing. So, and giraffes are my favorite animals, so that's why they got this for me. So cool. I don't know how often I'll wear this, because I don't actually usually wear nightgowns. I usually just wear like a t-shirt with pajama bottoms. Oops, I just knocked something over. So yeah, but I do love this, and I will probably wear leggings underneath, because I don't really like to wear pajamas that don't have, like, I like to wear pajama bottoms or leggings, so I'll probably wear leggings under this. Really cool. Love giraffes. There we go. All right, and another not witchy stuff, but I got some JLPT, Japanese Language Proficiency Test, practice tests here. These are for the N4. Now I decided not to take the N4. This was probably on my wish list like months and months ago. So, yeah, but like, I'm really glad to have the tests though, because I can still do the practice tests for the N4, and it kind of as a personal gauge of where I'm at, and I have 2 of these, and they of course come with CDs. Now, these were invaluable when for the N5 tests that I took at the end of 2024. I got these same this from the same company. I mean, this is I think it's like an official yeah, because it's from the Japan Foundation. So I think it's an official practice test. But I got the N5 ones last year, and they were invaluable to me. I took those many, many times and studied them and really, understood why I would get this question wrong, this question, why I got it wrong, etc. And it helped immensely when I took the N5 test. So I highly recommend these. The practice tests are hugely helpful if you're taking the JLPT. So even though I'm not going to take the N4, I'm still going to find a lot of use out of this, and I look forward to doing some practice tests. Cool. All right. So the other not witchy thing that I got, so here it is. I got a really nice little ramen bowl here with some chopsticks. This is let's put it on the back here. So it is Junji Ito collection. Yeah, so it says Ito Junji right here. So Junji Ito collection. So it's got, the Tomie and the other stuff by Junji Ito. And this is kind of a new interest for me ever since the Hobonichi collab with Junji Ito and the Tomie. And my spiritual journal for 2026 is Tomie themed. And I got a bunch of the Tomie accessories. And I became really interested because the Hobonichi collab did such a good job with the way that looked, that even if you had never heard of Junji Ito or read any of the manga or watched anything having to do with Junji Ito, it was still very attractive. Like Hobonichi did a great job on that collab, and it really piqued my interest. And I watched several things. There's an anthology of one-off anime episodes that's depicting Junji Ito's works, and that's it's on Crunchyroll, but I think I actually watched it on Netflix, maybe, or Amazon. I can't remember where I actually watched it, but it's also on Crunchyroll, and I watched the Tomie episode from that and loved it, and then I went through and I watched some YouTubers kind of walkthrough of the entire Tomie series, manga series, and kind of explained every single story that happened. And so I feel like I'm fully versed now on the Tomie universe. So so I saw this and added this to my wish list probably in August, and so now I have it, and it's really cool. And it, of course, comes with chopsticks. This is not the first ramen bowl I have. I have a bunch of different fandom ramen bowls. Like we actually have a Rick and Morty one that just broke, actually, and then we have some Studio Ghibli ones. Like mine's a Kiki's Delivery Service bowl, and we have 2 Sailor Moon bowls. So the ramen bowls are definitely not something new to me, because we have a bunch of these. So really excited to have this. I think I got this from my mother-in-law, and she's also the one that got me the JLPT books. So cool. Yeah. So I just remembered one more item that I got that's not witchy related, and I totally forgot about this when I set everything up, but just remembered. So I just grabbed it real quick, and I got a new hoop, and I'm way out of frame here for this, but yeah. So I got a 200 by 200 millimeter hoop for my embroidery machine. Super exciting for you guys, I'm sure. So I've been using embroidery machines for 20 years, maybe more than that. Yeah. Anyway, and so, I have, my machine is the Husqvarna Viking Designer One Ruby Royale. I'm probably got some of those, the order of that mixed up a little bit, but yeah, and I've had that for Over a decade now, because we got that right after we moved to New Hampshire. I traded in my previous embroidery machine, which was I think a Viking designer, a previous version, and I got a discount off of the Ruby Royale, which is these are like really expensive machines. So I can't imagine buying a new machine anytime in the next like 5+ years. So they definitely last an extremely long time, but they are extremely expensive, you know. But so I've had a few different hoop sizes for my machine, but I've kind of just stuck with the few that I've had. I've had a 100 by 100 and a 120 by 120. And then I have a really long one that I can't remember the exact dimensions of that one. If I remember, I'll put it up on the screen. But I've been really wanting like a few different hoop sizes because the smaller ones are great for especially the tarot bags that I make, because the 120 by 120 is like perfect for that. Even the 100 by 100 is perfect. I use that one a lot when I used to make diapers when my kids were babies. One of my kids is an adult now, and the other two are teenagers still. But when they were babies, I did cloth diapers, and I made a bunch of those, and I used to sell them and stuff. But the embroideries designs were perfect for the 100 by 100. But I've wanted a larger one, and but not as large as my huge one. So kind of a mid-size hoop. So I'm really happy about this. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law got this for me, and this is like the nice. It came with this cool grid, you know, to help map things out, which is something my other hoops did not come with. So this is cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's my embroidery hoop. Okay, so let's start talking about some witchy things. So I got three books. Here's one of them. I got Green Witchcraft 4 by Anne Mora, Walking the Fairy Path. This has been on my wish list for probably ages and ages, probably like 10 years this has been on my wish list. And it's because about 10-15 years ago, before I was really honing in on where my craft was taking me, I've been a practicing witch since 1999, so very long time. And through the years and through my, me growing up and changing and being a mom and being, in charge of different aspects of my life and my spirituality waxing and waning and, changing and growing and my ideas of deity and all sorts of stuff started to meld and change and evolve. And about 10 to 15 years ago, my path was, I was basically saying, was green witchcraft. And I did enjoy the 3 other books by Anne Mora, and there was a few other books that she has that I was very interested in. But I will say my path since that has evolved again since then. And I would say it's largely the Irish paganism, and I feel much more at home. Like that's where my path has always sort of been leading me to anyway. And I would try to go down the Celtic witchcraft, Celtic Wicca early on, that sort of a branch of paganism and witchcraft and Wicca and all that years and years ago. And I was trying to, I think through those years, I had been just continuously trying to find a more like authentic practice that honored what it actually was that I was trying to experience in my spirituality, what I was trying to tap into. I don't know if any of that makes sense or if it just sounds like I'm just saying words without meaning. But, I had Green Witchcraft 1, 2, and 3, and, this one had been on my list for ages. And even though my path has kind of moved away from this a bit, it's still something I'm interested in, and obviously I'm obviously very interested in the Fae, though my interests have sort of moved more toward, say, like the Irish pagan school, and so authors like Laura O'Brien, which is the other two books that I got, and Morgan Daimler, etc. To that sort of area, and of course Morgan Daimler works with a lot with the Fae path. So I think what I'm trying to say is that I am still very interested in reading this book, and I hope that I glean something from it that that still resonates for me today. But I think what I'm trying to say is that I think I would have a more critical approach to this book reading it now than I would have if I got it 10 years ago. So I think it's actually a little bit better that I got it now and not 10 years ago when I was still not quite sure where I was going with my spirituality and where it was leading me to. So I hope this is more in line with my understanding of the Fae and that realm. And I hope it's what is it I'm trying to say? I hope it's something that I can, that even with my critical look at still resonates and is has important information that it isn't incorrect, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, or isn't based in the established lore and folklore and practice that is still going on today in areas of our world that have a fairy sort of practice, such as Ireland. And that is where my my preference is in my path. So anyway, speaking of that, the other two books I got were by Laura O'Brien. So, and this is not the first. I have a couple books by her. I've had Irish Witchcraft from an Irish Witch. That book, I've had that for probably 20 plus years. Here, I just grabbed my copy that's on my bookshelf. So I have had this for ages and ages and ages. Yeah, this came out. Let's see, when did this come out? 2005. I probably got this not long after that. I probably got this, within a few years after it came out. So, yeah, and I've had this for ages. And it's pretty good. It is a little, I guess, kind of Wiccan-y, or more in line with, I mean, it was very, very good. And it was, it was kind of like that start of like, yes, this is where I want to be. And I don't think, and especially since I was so young when I read it for the first time, I don't think I was quite ready for it, but it was where I wanted to be. I don't know if that makes sense. And I also think that over time, as Laura's practice has developed and grown and stuff, I think we're much more in what am I trying to say? And in a place where I am definitely much more receptive to it, I guess, and more able to glean information and right information that I'd been looking for. So I don't know how I was trying to word that, but anyway, so I already started reading a little bit of the Morrigan, Ireland's goddess, and I really was. I just read the introduction last night in bed. And of course, I've been following on Morrigan for a few years now, and I would love to have a more deeper, developing a deeper devotion and practice with on Morrigan. And I also have other books that are recommended by the Irish Pagan School for on Morgan, including the Great Queen, Book of the Great Queen, by Morpheus Ravenna. I couldn't remember their name. Yeah, so I have that one, and I have other books in the same vein. But I definitely trust Laura's approach and her information. And yeah, so cool. And I'm really, really excited to dive deeper into this. And because the one thing with the Book of the Great Queen, this one here, is that it's almost like a textbook, and it's a bit dry. It's a little bit difficult to read, and I'm one of those people that really struggles with reading, and it's a learning disability sort of thing. So I do actually really struggle with reading. A lot of it has to do with reading comprehension. It's my attention, and this is the ADHD, my mind sort of drifts off as I read, and I think most people experience that, of course, but mine's to a different level. Like I really have a hard time focusing on reading, and then when it's dry like this, it's especially difficult for me for things to catch my attention. And yeah, and like I really enjoyed this book, but I never fully finished it. I think I got to this page. That's where my bookmark is. I got to 234, and I never quite finished it. It's it's a little bit more than halfway through, but yeah, never quite finished that book. But it's on my list, and I'll get through it eventually. But like, I feel like something like this is a little bit more approachable, and maybe will be a little bit easier for me to grasp and to have that attention staying, if that makes sense. So I'm really excited about that. And then also got Tales of Old Ireland Retold, because awesome. I'm really excited to read these stories. Yeah. Be really cool if there was like an Irish language version of this book, because as you guys well know, I've been learning Irish for well over a decade, but like loosely though, so I could not hold a conversation in Irish, but like I completely finished the Irish Duolingo tree many years ago, actually. And it's funny because I'll pick up something that's in Irish, or I'll watch a show that's in Irish, and thinking that I'm like, oh God, my Irish is terrible, and I don't understand it, and yada yada, and then I surprisingly understand a lot more than I thought. You know what I mean? So yeah, but anyway, it would be really cool if this book was eventually translated into modern Irish and into current Irish, and that'd be a fun read too. So really interested in reading some Irish mythology tales of Old Ireland retold. So awesome. Yeah, so those are the books. All right, and one last item here. We have a deck. Oh, yay! So awesome. And this was from my husband. The books, by the way, were from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So, yeah. So we have the Terra Arcanae, or the Earth Tarot. And, of course, this is by Taylor Bryn, or Taylor Holquist Todd. I don't know what they go by, if it's just Taylor Holquist Todd or if it's Taylor Bryn, because it used to be Taylor Bryn, but I see the full Taylor Holquist Todd on things, so I don't know which is the preference. But anyway, so there's a whole elemental series that they're doing of the Earth deck, the Fire deck, the ocean deck, and the the air deck, though I think it's technically going to be wind deck. I'm not sure. But so I now have 3 out of the 4, and the 4th one I will probably be getting. I think they're being shipped next month because it was a Kickstarter earlier this year, and I of course backed that because I'm really I'm really enjoying Taylor's series here. The only complaint that I have about this artwork is that it is very dark. Now it does show up brighter on camera, but this is actually really quite, like, it's really hard to see the details in person right there. On camera, I can look at the view screen right now and I can see that I actually have a much easier time seeing what this image is through the view screen than I do if I take my eyes away from the screen and I look at the card itself. It's way dark, and I would have to be squint to figure out what's in this card. Whereas on the screen right now, I can tell that it is a bear. Yeah, it's a bear with its eyes covered, I think. So I think pretty sure that's what's happening there. But that's honestly my only complaint about this artwork that's I've had with all of their decks, is that the artwork is just a little too dark. It's hard to, and it's very, very detailed, very, very detailed art, but dark. But I love the artwork. I love the themes. I'm planning on, I want all 4 elements, all 4 element decks, but my approach with it is I have some ideas on how I want to use the decks, because I've been wanting to use them together, not necessarily separate, but together, and perhaps doing a sort of geomancy type thing with the 4 element decks, and coming up with the fire, air, and I can't remember the order, but yeah. So I'm of course going to have a full walkthrough of this later this month. This is not in order because I've been using this deck as my nightly reader for the past week, so and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, so that is the Terra Arcanae by Taylor Holquist Todd, also known as Taylor Bryn. I don't know which one they prefer now, but yeah, so cool. I'm really happy with my loot. Let me try to get some of it out here. Okay, we've got the jumble of mess here. We got the bowl, the deck, the books, the Japanese stuff, the hoop, and the nightgown. It's everything. All right, so that is my birthday gifts for this year. And by the way, there are 2 more things coming in. My husband's mother-in-law, or I'm sorry, my husband's stepmom said that there was another gift that hadn't arrived yet, so that's still coming in. She said I won't get that until Thanksgiving probably, so that's fine. And then my husband also said that there was a gift that was delayed, so there's 2 more things coming in. Maybe it's more witchy stuff, maybe not. And there we go. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye!